Yeah,
Want to
promoted.
start?
Okay, hello everyone. Me and Keman are here to have another debate on the topic old age homes should be promoted or no. I'll be in favor of why old age homes should be promoted, and Keman will be speaking on why old age homes shouldn't be promoted. Let's start, ID.
Yes.
I need a little time, Keman.
Yes, yes, same.
Done?
Yes. Are you going forward?
Okay, so today I'll be speaking in favor of why old age homes are good and necessary. Uh, Firstly, in this age of self love and people and the world moving very fast, I think having old age homes is very important. Firstly, because there are many people who move abroad for a better life or education or a job and many other reasons. And sometimes the people or the old people at home are left alone, and they have um, nothing much to do when they are alone because so being in an old age home gives them company because there they are with like minded people and people of the same age, so it gives them company and they can spend their days in a better way compared to being alone at home is one reason why I feel old age homes need to be there. Secondly, old age homes are not always boring. There are many activities slash events that happen to entertain the people in old age homes. There's an old age home in my vicinity, and there are all women there. So on Women's Day, they have a program that's held. There is also there are people who sponsor food. So it is also like if people have extra resources at home, they can contribute to the old age home or any other organization, right? Which in some way the food is also not wasted and it's being used. uh, Third point is sometimes if the person is not married or there's no family to look after the person, then there's no other option than putting the person in an old age home. And that is very important because old age home gives them they know that they are safe. Otherwise they might be homeless or there might be no one to look after them. Fourth point is sometimes the environment in an old age home is very peaceful, or it can be a very holy environment, which might not be the case when the person is alone at home. It might be that the family is not very supportive or might dislike the person because of their old age. So in an old age home I feel the person will be happier and more peaceful. Also, another point I would like to add is there are many cases of old people committing suicide in their own homes because they are not treated well by their families. In this case, I think if the family dislikes the person, they can opt for putting them in an old age home, which will be better for the person. Yeah, that's on my side.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Today I'll be speaking in the favor against ideology of having promoting old age homes. Like, I will start by saying a child is born, like a child has a lot of chaos in the house, and a parent take care of the child. And once the parents are older, or when they have they have got weakness and all, that time it is a responsibility, not a responsibility as such, but a child who is nurtured in love or who understands love very well will take care of the parents and not keep them in the old age home. So I would like to start with this, that it is first, it is a responsibility of child, and like a child, more than child, a responsibility of a humanity to take care of their parents, and when they are alone or when they are in very critical or vulnerable phase of their life. Second, okay. Secondly, I would like to say about time. When you like at certain time, like you have some job related stuff, you have some career elevation, and that time you do not have any time, and you keep your parents at old age home. That time, I think you kind of forget, you kind of prioritize everything other than that over your parents or over the old people. And then when once you train your mind in that way, that in the whole lifetime you won't be able to give time to your parents, because you have normalized it in such a way, and you will be assuming that your parents or your old people will be comfortable in wherever they are. Third, old person might get a lot of care, a lot of like medical facilities or some money or anything in the old age home, but what they aspire for most is the love from their family and their loved ones, to be with them or to take care of them. Like no money can buy that love. And yeah, this is one point which I would like to share, and I strongly believe it. Fourth, I would say it is difficult to manage all the old people in the old age home for the staff there, because there might be some people who will have a very different disease, or like the managerial part might be very difficult. And that time the personal aspirations or personal goal, like there might be some old guy who wants to just have one pizza every day, or that might be something he or she might love. That time it is not very possible to manage to give all satisfy all the aspiration, all the needs of the old people in the old age home. Fifth, there are a lot of times certain cases like inherited wealth. The children take inherited wealth from parents and then keep them in the old age home, and there are a lot of such scenarios, cases in the recent time. And we are in the Kalyug, and like that is one of the very dangerous thing which is happening due to that. And sixth is, I would like to say, old people, like wherever they go, even if they travel a lot, they will think of coming back home. Their home means a lot to them, and like they find peaceful sleep also in the home. And it would be very tough for them to stay disconnected from their from their children when they are in old age home. And lastly and strongly, we call old people as Zante in Konkani, because they are Zankar and they know a lot of stuff. But when we keep their old parents, old grandparents in the old age home, that time we kind of cut the generation gap. Generation talk, like old people could talk with the grandchildren, and their bond is the supreme and ultimate. But that time when we promote old age home a lot, that time the connection between both of them gets broken, and the connection from one generation, the information that should have been passed from one generation to another, it's just halted. And this is why I strongly believe that old age home must be stopped, and a child should just remember that their old, whoever are there in their family, are their wealth and they are zankar, and they are supposed to take care of them. Yeah, this is what I feel. Over to trees.
Physical phase.
Yeah, rebuttal phase. Yeah.
Okay, uh, when we talk about old people, they are often seen as being very humble, good, innocent, like children. They say no, old people are like children.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't always believe that, because there are some old people that are very stubborn. They don't want to listen to what the other person has to say. Sometimes there are families where the old age where the person, the old people, they live in a house that is very distant from the city.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll give an example, like a situation.
Mhm.
And it is not possible for the uh, say for the son or the wife and the children to travel from that area to like a distant place every day. And the house is also very small, and it is not sufficient for every, like not everyone can accommodate themselves in that small house. So what the people do is they shift to a richer flat or a place that's closer to where education is more feasible for their children. So in that case, would don't you think putting the old parents in an old age home would be a good alternative for the children?
Yes, I would really like to. That is a very valid concern. And firstly, let me go to the point which you mentioned about the some people. Most of them are very stubborn and they do not really listen to whatever is been told to them, and this is just because of their mental health. And we kind of like as the time is going, we kind of uh, overlook the fact of mental health, that old people are also going through some certain scenarios and they need therapy. But when you just put them in the old age home, then you kind of cut down any therapy that they might get. And like you also don't know that how will be the surroundings there in the old age home, right? Like there might be some colleagues who are also very bad, who can treat them very badly, and it is just like a boarding to them or jail maybe. Like you do not know that if they are happy also, but when you are at home, when you are with your family, when a person takes care, when a person sends the old people into some therapy sessions and like mental health something, and they just talk to them very properly, that time I think it is not a case.
Okay, another question I have for you is, if the person say has no family at all,
Hmm.
if the person didn't get married, like a
Hmm.
single, or say a widow with no children,
Hmm. Hmm.
then she has no children to look after her or no family. And sometimes, if you are a widow, people don't really want to look after you because you don't have a family, right?
Yes, yes.
So, in that case, what is the person supposed to do?
Mm. uh, yeah, you put me in a critical
Don't you
situation.
think putting that person in an old age home would be like a life saving thing to do for that individual?
Yes, yes. You put me into a very critical situation right now. But I really feel that in such scenarios, it is very valid to have old age homes. But the validity for other scenarios, like if the person has their family and all, like those people will also be taking the benefit of this. But if there should be special homes for the people who have nobody, and yeah, this is what I feel.
Also, when you were speaking about that it might not be very hygienic because people with different sicknesses or diseases might be in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know, old age homes receive a lot of funds.
No, by hygienic I did not mean that, but I tried to say like people with different mental health issues, like there might be a lot of people who are like not well into their mentally, and that could be a very chaotic or toxic situation in the old age home, right? This is what I meant.
Yeah, okay. And also, people who look after them are like nuns. Most of the old age homes are run by nuns, like, so they know how to handle people, I feel.
Hmm.
They have the experience, and it's not that they put random people there. It's like people who know how to deal with the older section. So yeah.
Yes. Do you have any questions, Triza?
No, Keman, you have any?
Yeah, I do have a question. Like I mentioned certain things like our old person might, the only comfort to them is their home or their village. They can see their surroundings there, or they might have some aspiration like they want to travel somewhere. They want to, have one pizza maybe, but that's not really possible when you have a large number of people, in a group, like who have different aspirations, who have different things that they need. So managerial is a problem, like you cannot satisfy everybody. But when you are at home, like it is responsibility of a child or certain people to take care of. So how do you have to deal with this? Like it is so difficult to manage, right?
There's this famous saying that Abdul Kalam's father said to him that your children are not your own. You have to let them go to whatever extent they want to achieve their goals, or to be where they are. And seeing your children achieve that, it itself should be a great achievement for the parent. And when you speak about eating a pizza or having the time of their life, they had the time of their life when they were young, and now it is the time of their children to live and uh, invest their time in their goals and their family and have a better life. They had the time of their life, so now it's the time of their children. And I feel um, they should also understand to some extent that it is not just about them, it is also about their family.
Okay, my last question to you is, Riza. I mentioned about the generation talks between grandparents, and the grandchildren, and it is one of the most supreme relation which I could have ever had. And I want to ask you in that question, like if all the old people are sent in the old age home, then how will the conversation from one generation to another be? Like parents are,
See,
you also mentioned about parents are busy in their work, they are into their career, but the grandchildren will be like alone. And when you have grandparents, it's good to take care of, right? And it is also helping the grandparents, like they are also happy that they are having some news, but that is not the case in old age home.
um, to some extent, like when we talk about old age homes, we are talking about the families that need to put their parents in the old age home, and not everyone. What you're saying is you're saying if all the old people are put in the old age home, but this might not always be the case. There are some people who want their parents with them, who need them. There are some grandparents that help in the family, but there are some who have no role to play, no support, or no value to add to the family. So I feel in that case, there are some families that still have their grandparents with them and live with them, and they are happy and they don't want to send their grandparents to an old age home. So yeah.
Yeah. Feedback part.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to give? I'll start. I think this was one of the very really nice. It went really nice. Like even maybe the topic was little emotional or little this. So we were speaking little slowly. We were not fast, and every point was very conveyed very properly. I guess from both the sides. What do you
Yes.
feel?
Yes, I feel the same.
So I think we should try speaking a little slower. Like conveying part was very good today. This is what I feel. A-
Yeah.
and to speak about you, you had a little vulnerable side, like you had to go against a little some human values, but you did a very great job
Yes.
today. Yes.
Yes.
And
That was just me supporting my topic, but yeah.
yeah. Any other
Yeah.
points do you have to add, like feedback part?
Feedback. uh, Actually, when you were speaking, one point came to my mind, but I can't recall it now. Okay, we'll see as time goes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now what do 1 minute to think from other perspective. Let's take 1 minute.
Oh yeah, from the other perspective it was. Yeah.